안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 Katie입니다. 그리고 저는 한국어를 조금요. 그래서 I'm gonna go ahead and start speaking some English now so I don't embarrass myself later. So as I'm here in Seoul, South Korea, I'm back again. So I thought I would do like a morning routine and then going to bed with me, but like not in the creepy way. So I'm going to show you how I do this makeup look and also my updated skincare routine because that has also been very highly requested. So without further ado, 가자! Okay, don't come in here.
Are you pooping?
No. Hello. Now that I look like a proper 5-year-old, let's get into my night routine. Okay, so since I'm traveling, I like to always cleanse my skin with coconut oil, and I'm taking it in this little bottle, and I just take a little bit on my hands and massage just into my skin, and it's just gonna take off all of my initial makeup and really thoroughly cleanse my skin. I look like I just got over like a really bad breakup, or maybe I just listened to like Adele and Sam Smith for 10 hours. So now that I've done my first oil cleanser and I've kind of washed that away, I'm now going to just take my second cleanser, and that is just a foaming cleanser. This one is from Innisfree and it's by their green tea line. You're gonna notice throughout this video a current theme is my Innisfree addiction. I like only buy my skincare from there, but they are by far like one of my favorite skincare brands of all time. Before I cleanse my skin, I just like to pat it with a little bit of water first. And when I say a little bit of this stuff goes a long way, I mean it. I literally just need like not even this much. This is probably too much for my entire face. November through January, this would just be like my normal foundation color. Now sometimes I'll actually like to go in with my little Clarisonic skin brush to like really thoroughly put in the cleanser, and usually I'll do that whenever I'm taking a shower, but whenever I'm not, I'll like to just massage it in with my hands. Okay, so now that my skin is thoroughly cleansed, we can now start going in with all of the fun products and to start replenishing the skin again. Now I'm just going to go in with a product that I've used before on my channel. It's going to be my Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Serum. I like to put this on after I cleanse because it just gives me like an initial boost of moisture again before I get into all of the other millions of products I use. If you've ever seen a Vogue Beauty Secrets video, they always scream at you to never forget your neck, so heaven forbid. And when I feel like getting tacky, that means I can move on. So here is where it's going to start getting a little bit redundant. I am not being sponsored by Innisfree. If they would like to sponsor me, please do. I spend way too much money on your products. But anyway, I'm going to start off with their green tea seed oil. So this, I'll just take a couple drops to my face, down this part of my face. And since my skin is not oily whatsoever, it's actually very dry, I feel like this oil just helps kind of bring that moisture back into it before I bring in my moisturizer. I also feel like this oil kind of gives my skin that like healthy looking glow, so it's also really nice sometimes to put on before I do my makeup. Since I just restocked, everything is like fresh and new out of the box. For my moisturizer, this is like my holy grail moisturizer. This is just the Jeju Orchid Enriched Cream from Innisfree. Who would have guessed? Before I actually restocked on that one, I was using the Tony Moly Watery Lotion. This is also by their green tea line. It's kind of a trend with me. I really like their green tea lines from across the board of Korean skincare brands. So I'm just gonna take the excess actually that's on the top of this so we don't waste any product, and I'm going to put this across my face. As opposed to the Tony Moly moisturizer, this one is super thick and creamy, and it also spreads really, really nicely across my skin, which the Tony Moly one does too, but I find that it's a lot more lightweight and it's good for like going under my makeup as opposed to a skincare moisturizer. Okay, why did it do that? There we go. Hello again. I just want to take a quick second to talk about our lovely sponsor for today's video, which is going to be Hi Smile. Now you might have seen this product floating around Instagram already because I know everyone and their mom has been using this product to get that beautiful pearly white smile. But in regards to some of my favorite products, in the morning and at night, I really love using their teeth whitening toothpaste, and it just gives me that extra little boost of pearl for the day. Is that a term you use with This is new to me. But that especially comes in handy for me because I'm a really big coffee and tea drinker, so I definitely don't want my teeth being that like 50 shades of yellow. But for the days that I need like that extra boost, or I have a really important bun coming up, I prefer to actually use their teeth whitening kit, and that comes with the gels and that sexy little mouth guard I'm sure you've seen before. Super easy to assemble, and it only takes about 10 minutes to do that thing in your mouth to your grill, and look how cute. What am I doing? And then once it's all said and done, you can go about your life being pearlier than ever before. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link in the description where you guys can check out all of their products, and you can purchase and leave being your pearliest self. So I'll see you guys back to Katie in Korea. So as I've been on this trip to Seoul, I've had an amazing time, but while I've been here, I've also had to work on other projects as well. So when I come home late at night, I am very tired. My eyes are puffy, saggy. They're designer, but the bags are still there. So I had to get a nice eye cream, and you guessed it, it's from Innisfree. So this is their green tea seed eye cream. As with most eye creams, a little bit goes a long way. However, I do like to carry it not only from my under eyes, but down to like my nose and my chin area where I get a little bit more redness. So typically for my ending facial mist, I'll either use my Clinique Moisture Surge facial mist or the Mario Badescu. But today, since I went to Innisfree, I went ahead and got 2 new ones. So I figured I'd try them out for you guys today. The first one is the Olive Real Oil Mist. And then the next one is the Green Tea Micro Mist. So pretty much everything from the green tea line went into my shopping cart today. Does this not open yet? I've never had a micro mist before, but I really like this one. Cooling sensation. Okay. So when I first wake up in the morning, do I look here? Do I look here? I don't know which one. So whenever I first wake up in the morning, I like to cleanse my skin and make sure I get off all the dirt and oil and all of the residue makeup from the night before. So I'm just gonna take my witch hazel. This is just the Thayer's one that everyone uses. A lot of times in Korea, you will see these really thin square cotton pads that they're almost like half sponge, half cotton. And I find that these are like my favorite cotton pads. So now I just get them off Amazon in like 1,000 packs. And usually I'll just take 3 and put 1 on each of my cheeks and 1 on my forehead, and it almost creates like this little morning mask. And with the rest that's on my hands, I'll just take it on my hands and put it on my neck a little bit. And then now I'll just take each of these and make sure I get really closely around my eyes. And also I notice a lot of product tends to get in my eyebrows, so I like to make sure I get those really well. And now to go under my makeup, I like to apply like a really light moisturizer. So I'm just gonna take this Tony Moly Green Tea Watery Lotion. And I just take a few pumps on my face and rub this all in. Okay, so now we're ready to put on our makeup. Hello? So for my priming base, I'm just going to be mixing together my MAC Strobe Cream and then this Touch in Seoul No Pore Bloom Primer. Both of these are really popular, and I like mixing them together. I feel like the Strobe Cream adds like some glow to my skin, and then this one can blur out my pores. Recently, B21 with VT sent me their new collection and just a few products from that line, so I'm probably gonna be using some of that today. Okay, so from their new line, since I'm traveling, I only brought 2 of their foundations that they sent me. I think they sent me like 4 in total. So first I have the watery cushion, and then I just have their regular like liquid foundation. I think today I'm gonna go with the cushion just because it's quick and it's easy. I actually changed out the puff to be the puff that they sent me last time because my big American fingers wouldn't fit into the puff that they sent me with this. This is so light coverage, I might have to use the, like, don't get me wrong, I love a good light coverage, but this is like where to go. Okay, so that kind of gave me like a nice healthy fresh glow. It definitely is good if you're like touching up your makeup throughout the day, but I want something a little bit stronger because I look a little extra tired, so I'm gonna go in with their foundation on top of this. So I took like maybe half a pump on my hand, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do little dollops of this on my face. Since we did that layer before, are you okay? Since Since we just did that layer of the cushion, I'm not trying to put too much on. I'm just trying to add a little bit more coverage to it. Oh, this looks so much better. Okay, cool. Where do my ears hurt? Like the inside of my ears feel like they're in pain. Before I move on to concealer or anything, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I just like to fill it in with a little bit of a pomade. I'll load the pomade up on my brush and then I take it right here and I just wipe a lot of the product off. So it creates a really natural finish on my eyebrows. So now that I have one of my brows on, I just like to go with a little bit of clear eyebrow gel just to kind of set it all in place. Last time I came to Korea, this product was like my best friend because it was so hot and humid because I came in like the middle of July. But now that it's September, the weather's actually really pretty and I don't have to worry about setting my face from the humidity. When I was younger, I used to do like the really big like blocky Instagram brows and that was kind of like my thing and I really liked it. And you know, I got compliments on it and stuff, but now looking back, I just kind of cringe. So I like to go for that like softer model brow. Okay, so now that I thoroughly look like a man, I can go ahead and go on to my color correcting and my concealer. Typically when I'm at home, I don't color correct anymore because I'm like getting okay amounts of sleep and I'm not like staying up filming videos. So I just like to take this salmon color corrector that I've had for way too long. Now I'm just gonna go in with my holy grail concealer, which is the Glossier Stretch Conceal. And I actually used to take this like on my fingers or I'd use like a brush or something, but now I find it looks way more natural if I just take my beauty blender and like dip straight into it. So next I can finally get into my face products. This NARS like duo contour and highlighter stick has to be like one of my holy grail products because not only can I use it for like my contour and like to bronze, but I also love using it as like an eyeshadow, especially like when I'm traveling or if I'm like just running late for school. Right now this might look like a Jersey Shore disaster, but I'm going to blend it out and it shears out really nicely, so don't worry. For my blush lately, I've actually been finding myself using these Sugar Glow by Peri Para. This is in the shade. This is number 4 in Sweet and Sour. And straight out of the bottle, it looks like really orange and scary, but once I put it on my cheeks, it also looks really orange and scary. The good thing about this is that like the contour, this like shears out a lot. And since it's like a glow lip tint, it does leave like a really nice dewy sheen to my cheeks. Cute. I'm realizing that a lot of my favorite products are being used in this makeup, but I'm now gonna go in with my all-time favorite highlighter, and that's by Glossier. It's just their Halo Scope highlighter, and this gives you like that highlighting finish without making it look too glittery. It just makes you look like you have a nice sheen of like sweat or something on your cheeks. Now we can get on to the fun part, which is the eyes. So VT actually sent me this little makeup palette, so I thought I would try to use a little bit of it today. I'm just gonna start by taking this like really neutral shade in the center. I just loaded up that gold shade on my finger and I'm just going to put that on the very center of my eyelid. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of that darker shade and I'm just going to be putting that on the like ends of my eye to add a little bit more dimension. Trying not to do it too dark though. I always like VT's eyeshadow palettes because they're like rich and creamy and pigmented, but they don't cause a lot of fallout, which is really important actually for my makeup because I typically don't like to powder it because I like that like really nice dewy natural look. So if any fallout happens, then I'll try to wipe it off and it'll just smear all of my makeup. So this is getting a little bit dark. I didn't mean for it to be, but it is getting a little bit dark. I'm going to go in with this 3CE palette that I have, and I'm going to try to use some of these really pretty gold shimmers to kind of brighten her up a little bit. Hot, work, love, love. I'm carrying this not like only from the center of my eye, but also a little bit down to the inner corner just to add a lot of brightness. In my last makeup video I did, I mentioned how I really liked using brown eyeliners because I feel like it just gives like a softer, more natural look to it, like how natural, you know, eyeliner can be. Today we're going to be going to Hunnell Park, DDP, and then tonight I'm going to be going to the Seoul Music Festival, so I really wanted my makeup to be very neutral and like versatile for all the events that we're doing today. And as always, I like to go in and blur that out with a darker eyeshadow. Okay. So they're uneven, but nobody's perfect. For my eyes, I love taking 2 different mascaras. So the Better Than Sex and then the Too Faced Roller Lash. Basically 2 of like the most popular mascaras of all time. And then I like combining them. All I have to do now are my lips. So to kind of brighten up the makeup look, I'm just going to go in with this lip tint that VT sent me. Let's see what this is called. So this is in number 1, Pure Color.